Dumbledore makes a lot of questionable decisions, but we can't call all of them mistakes. Some of them feel like risky choices that only he, with his mysterious twinkle and a lemon drop addiction, understands. For example, letting Harry join the Triwizard Tournament. Harry was underage, unprepared, and almost died several times. You'd think the greatest wizard of the age could have just said, "Nope, magical contract be damned. Let's vanish this goblet and call it a day." But no. Some people say this was a mistake. Others say it was all part of Dumbledore's master plan, which, let's be honest, sometimes feels like he's playing 4D chess while everyone else doesn't even know they're in a game. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want the clear, real mistakes, the ones where even Dumbledore's legendary foresight took a vacation and people actually died. Ariana's death. One of Dumbledore's earliest mistakes, and the one that haunted him forever, was the tragedy that took his sister, Ariana. Picture this: 3 powerful wizards in one small room, egos bigger than their IQs, wands out. It's like mixing Mentos and Coke, except the explosion kills someone. Here's the backstory. Ariana was attacked by Muggle boys when she was 6. They saw her doing magic and hurt her so badly that her magic became unstable and dangerous. Dumbledore's father went full protective dad mode, attacked those boys, and got sent to Azkaban where he died. His mother devoted herself to caring for Ariana until she died in an accidental magical explosion. Young Albus had to come home from Hogwarts, brilliant, ambitious, with a future brighter than a Lumos Maximus spell, and suddenly he's stuck in a small village playing caretaker. Then Gellert Grindelwald shows up, and it's like the worst roommate situation ever, except with more dark magic and fewer dirty dishes. Grindelwald was everything Albus wanted to be: powerful, visionary, and conveniently available for late-night conversations about wizard supremacy. They made grand plans about the greater good, which is what every villain says when they want to sound philosophical. But Aberforth saw through it. He knew Albus was neglecting Ariana while planning world domination like a teenager who discovered philosophy. The argument escalated into a 3-way duel. In the chaos, Ariana was killed. To this day, no one knows whose spell hit her, which is the magical equivalent of nobody knows who broke the vase, except infinitely worse. At Ariana's funeral, Aberforth punched Albus so hard that his nose broke. And here's the kicker: Dumbledore never repaired it. The man could literally transform into different objects, but fixing his nose? Nah, that's too much. He walked around with a crooked nose for over a century as a reminder. That's not guilt, that's commitment to a brand. Cedric's death. By the time Harry's name shot out of the Goblet of Fire, the warning signs were flashing like a Muggle disco. Pettigrew escaped. Trelawney made another "everyone's gonna die" prophecy, which, to be fair, was kind of her thing. The Dark Mark appeared at the Quidditch World Cup. Bertha Jorkins went missing in Albania. At this point, Voldemort might as well have sent a save-the-date card for his resurrection. So when Harry's name came out of that goblet, Dumbledore should have been suspicious. Someone bypassed ancient magical protections to enter a teenager's name. But somehow, Dumbledore, the man who probably notices when a portrait frame is slightly crooked, didn't realize that Mad-Eye Moody had been replaced by a Death Eater chugging polyjuice potion like it's coffee. I mean, the constant drinking alone should have raised eyebrows. The real Mad-Eye was paranoid, sure, but he wasn't treating a hip flask like a life support system. And Barty Crouch Jr. did this for an entire school year, teaching classes, grading papers, probably attending staff meetings about proper wand safety. Dumbledore let the tournament continue. And because of that oversight, Cedric Diggory, a genuinely good kid whose biggest crime was being aggressively nice, died in a graveyard, becoming Voldemort's welcome back party sacrifice. This wasn't bad luck. This was like ignoring a "beware of dragon" sign and then being surprised when you get toasted. Sirius's death. Dumbledore forced Sirius Black, a man who broke out of Wizard Alcatraz and lived as a dog eating rats, to stay locked inside 12 Grimmauld Place. This house makes a haunted mansion look like a cheerful B&B. There are literally severed house elf heads on the wall as decoration. Yes, Sirius was a wanted fugitive. The Ministry was hunting him. Dumbledore wanted 0 chances taken, so he ordered Sirius to stay put. From a security standpoint, it made sense. From a mental health standpoint, it was like telling a dolphin to live in a bathtub. But here's the thing. Polyjuice Potion exists. Sirius could have walked around as anyone. He could have been a different person every Tuesday. Heck, Dumbledore could have brought him to Hogwarts disguised as the defense against the dark arts teacher. He'd already hired a werewolf and a guy with Voldemort on the back of his head, so the bar was underground. Instead, Sirius stayed home, slowly losing his mind, while Kreacher, the house elf who made Dobby look well-adjusted, plotted against him. Kreacher leaked information to Bellatrix, which led to a trap, which led to Sirius falling through a mysterious death curtain in the Department of Mysteries. One moment he's dueling, actually laughing because danger is his love language, and the next, gone. Dumbledore later admitted this was a mistake. Turns out locking up a man who values freedom above everything creates problems. Who knew? Dumbledore's death. Dumbledore figured out Voldemort's Horcruxes, which was genuinely brilliant. Horcruxes are the darkest magic imaginable. You murder someone, split your soul, and hide the pieces in objects. Voldemort made 6 of them, plus accidental Harry, because subtlety was never his strong suit. But Dumbledore's approach to destroying them was like watching someone try extreme sports without safety equipment. When he took Harry to the cave, Harry was super helpful. Getting water, fighting off zombie corpses, the usual Tuesday activities. 2 wizards, clearly better than 1. Yet when Dumbledore found the Gaunt Ring, he went solo. Found it, destroyed it, and oops, put it on because it contained the Resurrection Stone. The ring was cursed so badly it started killing him immediately. Only Snape's intervention bought him 1 more year. The greatest wizard alive, defeated by the magical equivalent of "don't touch the wet paint" sign. Dumbledore should have known his survival was essential. Voldemort feared him, literally the only wizard Voldemort ever feared. After Dumbledore died, the Ministry fell faster than a Quidditch player without a broom. Everything collapsed. He died because he took unnecessary risks while Horcrux hunting, and everyone paid the price. Sometimes you need to accept that teamwork isn't just for Hufflepuffs. Ministry's downfall. Dumbledore knew Voldemort would return. He knew a second war was coming. But when it came to the Ministry, the government meant to protect everyone. Dumbledore basically said, "Not my problem," and went back to Hogwarts. He never wanted to be minister himself. Fair enough. After the Grindelwald disaster, he didn't trust himself with power. That's actually mature. But he also never used his influence to support someone competent. And Dumbledore had influence. He was Chief Warlock, Supreme Mugwump, and Headmaster. He collected titles like some people collect stamps. Instead, the Ministry got Cornelius Fudge, a man whose leadership style was stick fingers in ears and hope problems disappear. For a full year after Voldemort's return, Fudge called Harry a liar and Dumbledore senile, while the Daily Prophet ran smear campaigns that would make tabloids blush. Meanwhile, Voldemort was rebuilding his army, recruiting giants, and planning his takeover. When Fudge finally saw Voldemort in the Ministry atrium, his face probably looked like someone who just realized they forgot to study for the OWLS. Within a year of Dumbledore's death, the Ministry fell completely. Maybe if Dumbledore had been slightly more politically active, like at all, things would have been different. But he wasn't, and suddenly everyone's living in a magical dystopia.
And that's how I accidentally turned the Minister of Magic into a potted plant. Funny story, really.